where you play, where or wherever Mary Boys play in the early season, pitches, guys are now preparing pitches, after the Christmas break. So it's not really, it hasn't been rolled for quite a while, inclement weather as well. A number of factors to take into consideration.
Yeah. And that's something we see, when you go away, when club teams play away, you never know what sort of surface you're going to come up against. It's very difficult, to really plan ahead. So and we see in here, balls keeping very low, and you got to be watchful as a batsman. You really got to be watchful, and you have to count yourself lucky once those balls keep low and they're not on the line of your stump.
Well, it tells you, yes, I agree with that, but you would want to be on your front foot on this track for most times, but then again, there are some deliveries that are taking off too. So it has been up and down. So it has left a lot of the batsmen pretty unsure as to what to really do. It's going to be Hines to continue from the southern end.
Well, one thing still, is the key thing there. Still got to watch the ball right on. And, and I've said, once those balls that keep low is not in line, it's not wicket to wicket, you kind of can't count yourself lucky. And the ones that we've seen keep low, to be fair, they've been outside off stump. Yesterday, Mohammed got a few to keep low, but they was outside the off stump. So Manik in particular, he was a bit fortunate with that.
Let's see what Hines has in store for Manik.
Manik has shown that he has the capabilities to concentrate and to bat for long.
Seems some bees are making its way. Guys are looking to... they've passed. On their way to the highway probably. Or on their way to Presal Kadir.
On the first day, we had an instance where the bees flew across and Darren Bravo was, get down, get down. Just marshalling the troops to get down. No going down on the ground this morning. As you see, Mikel Govaya, the substitute fielder, take the field. Vikash Mohan just left.
It's going to be Hines to continue. Genuine all-rounder, Terence Hines. That's a first-class century for Trinidad and Tobago at the regional level, and I think he will definitely feature in the Red Force team for this upcoming regional tournament that takes place. It begins on the 1st of February in Antigua.
Yeah.
Oh, my producer Mikey Rupwa says he'll be in Antigua, probably going to support the Trinidad and Tobago team.
And I can tell he's very eager to go.
He loves Antigua,
He calls Antigua his second home.
Yes, I remember very clearly one night he walked for 45 minutes to buy one bread and then walk back. There's David Furlong, the chairman of the national selection panel and also the coach of the Red Force team, one of the most successful coaches in domestic cricket, led Queen's Park to 48 titles in 5 years. The various Queen's Park teams, 48 titles.
Man with a lot of silverware.
He has been replaced by Imran Jan when he came to the senior level, the national level that is, and Imran has also continued in that vein with Queen's Park continuing to win national titles. This is good bowling here from Kari Pay. He's right on spot. Gooley's equal to the task. He's up for the fight here, Jed Gooley.
Yeah, I really want to see Jed Gooley do well. Batted extremely well in the first innings, getting 53. So we'll hope from a South point of view that he can continue his good form as he pushes this one down the ground, and he's going to get a single for it.
You want to see these guys occupy the crease. Vikash Mohan did it well. You want to see this. This is where you start. I always remember something that Brian Lara said when he was captain of the West Indies team. It was a period where people were expecting the West Indies team to, as Lara took over, to start winning consistently. And he said that, firstly, you must compete. You can't just get up one morning and start to win. Firstly, you must compete consistently, and then you become a champion. What these guys need to understand is there are some changes now in the cricket format. Ttcb understanding what's going on. They have now decided to increase the number of playing days on the domestic calendar, where you have 3 rounds that will be of 3 days duration. So they're giving them the opportunity now to play more cricket. You don't have to hustle, you don't have to rush. I'm sure the Ttcb is not expecting the results or the selectors to come overnight. They're probably looking for these guys to start playing innings similar to what Vikash Mohan did. Vikash Mohan, look at this. Darren Bravo is preparing for Carnival.
He's in the fitting season already.
Huge
appeal.
So, well, the umpire hasn't given it just yet. And in fact, he hasn't given it. Well, the North players were celebrating. Let's have a look. There's Manik with his crouch stand of his. Well, it's difficult for us to see from this end. Our producers promised us that if the game goes on to tomorrow, he'll put a camera at the other end.
Yeah, Darren Bravo is not happy. He felt like Manik got something on the way through to Django. The umpire was in the best position and he signaled not out. So Manik lifts the fight another day. Another close appeal this morning, the second time for Justin Manik. He is still there, which is good news for South.
Terence Hines is actually saying that from out there as he was walking back to his mark, he was actually shouting out to someone in the dugout that the guy got such a big edge, he should have walked. Well, we can't say for sure from here. All we can say is that Manik lives to fight another day. 5 of 42, he's occupying the crease and he's doing exactly what he has been sent out there to do.
He was sent out yesterday at number 5 with a very North bowlers very much on top, and he had to get through that tough period, and he did so. So this morning he's come out here and he's looked to be, quite solid. He's shown to be very, very good defensively. Has a very good defense, and he looks to be watching the ball right onto the bat, which is good signs.
And that's the key. I like this bowling option. I like this bowling pair though. Hines and, of course, pair at the other end. They're not really giving anything away. They're right there asking questions. What you would call a nagging line and length.
Yeah. They've operated well, both Pierre and Hines, throughout this game. Pierre continuing his good work. 3 in the first innings. Another 3 here and bowling well. Asking a lot of questions. Hines too, just realizing, there isn't much in the surface in terms of pace and bounce. So he's just pitching the ball up, doing the smart thing.
Again, right there. Along that line of 4th stump, corridor of uncertainty. I'm sure North coach Ryan Emmerich would have had a chat to his troops, especially the faster bowlers, and asking them to just stick on that line, allow the batsmen to make the mistakes.
Yeah, just to be patient in that area. Eventually, you're going to reap the rewards.
Again, right on spot. And he's having a little chat there with Gooley. fiery character is Hines.
He's always up for a battle. He'd prolong his follow through and get right in the batsman's face. Have a few words.
This one a bit overpitched. Again, another lovely day for cricket. Kadir, you've brought excellent weather from the west, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's been very good weather ever since the first day, ever since we started this game. And we hope good weather continues. South here still trailed by just 3. So inching ever closer to that 65, that first target that they need to wipe off. Manik and Gully going about it here quite sedate so far, being very watchful, which is exactly what is required in this situation.
Is it safe to say, Kadir, that South are batting 5 for -3?
Yeah. Yeah, technically that's what it is.
So that's the score at the moment. 5 for -3.
-3, yeah.
Hines.
And
Again, on the front foot, the key thing here is that Manik is willing and able to come onto that front foot. He just noodles this one away. And the North guys continue to look very unhappy there. I think they were convinced that Manik touched that delivery.
yeah, very adamant that Manik got an edge. Young Manik, he is still there, still gonna fight. And at the end of 23 overs, South 63 for 5. And we go for a quick break and we'll be back shortly. And we're back here. Carrie Pierre continuing from the northern end. It's ball 10 overs. 3 for 23. Excellent returns for the left arm spinner.
So pressure being put on him here, Kadir. There is a forward short leg, silly mid off, 2 slips in attendance. So I'm sure that they're in his air. First slip is Carrier, second slip Tion Webster. And then you have Keegan Simmons under the helmet at forward short leg. Pair a bit shorter. Manik looking at the ball onto the bat. You're quite right. You can see from that last shot he was not willing to push out too quickly.
Yeah, and you know, with such a packed field right in front in your eye line, you have to be very precise with your movement. Don't want to be caught in two minds at all. You know,
That
so
one
many-
came through quick and it kept low.
It may just have been the arm ball coming back. You know, just coming back out, holding its line. The Manik again, Manik watchful. And young Justin Manik, yesterday Anil was saying that he's made the move down south this season. He's been recruited by Powergen. He's going to be playing his cricket in Southland. And he's getting a single here, just turned into the leg side. Smart batting from the young man. Gets up the other end.
So it's the end of the over. Is it? At the end of it, the latest score, 64 for 5. Sit down to Central Interior Designs, where you can go across there, ask for Richard Ramkisoon, and just let him know that you're an avid viewer of the cricket on Cricket 360, and I'm sure that there is a surprise in store for you. Still, if he comes back in again, keeps low, Manik able to get it away. You have to give the young guy credit, Manik, for the temperament that he has shown on display here today.
So with that single brings even 65 that North, the lead that North would have had. So from here onwards, it's going to be South who is posting a target for North when they bat in their second innings.
So it's safe to say that North will have to bat a second time.
Yeah.
65 for 5.
So it's gone from minus now to 0.
Yeah, it's positive now.
0 for
Yes.
5, none for 5.
If our math teacher, Gordon Pear, was here, he would tell us that it's now on a positive scale.
Positive scale.
Yes. Also, I think he teaches physics, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gordon Pear. But when you have him on camera, he can't find angles. I can't understand it. Very good cameraman, though. Probably his trade helps him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening to you this morning. Maybe your phone is going to ring shortly.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And he will greet you with the word goodness. Very nice guy, Gordon Pear. Very valued member of the 360 family. He's pushing out. Has to be careful. That one's stopping on him a bit. It's getting a bit cloudy though. I don't think there's an imminent threat of rain. The clouds are pretty high. But I think the players will appreciate that cool wind that is now blowing from the east to the west.
Yeah. Wide delivery from Hines, just looking to induce a fall shot from goalie.
Remember the last 3 rounds of the regional tournament. The first 2 rounds will be played in Grenada and Antigua. Antigua has 4 matches in the first 2 rounds, 2 at the Coolidge Cricket Ground and 2 at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. And there are also 2 matches in Grenada at the Grenada National Stadium. And then the final 3 rounds swing back around to Trinidad and Tobago, driving in the air. And it's going to go down to the sweeper. That's one more. Raja is there. The last 3 rounds will be played in Trinidad and Tobago, where all the teams will be coming. All 5 teams will join the Red Force. 9 matches here. And 3 matches a day. Kadir. So 1 will be played at the Queen's Park Oval, 1 at the Branagh Cricket Academy, and 1 right here at the National Cricket Centre. Nothing for your hometown of Diego Martin this time. I think the stadium is down. They're preparing for the Youth Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
And then, so out of the 9 matches, 2 will be played at the NCC and 1 at UE Spec. That's a spectacular ground, you know, UE Spec.
It's been quite a while since first class cricket was played at UE.
Yeah, but such is the riches of this country that you can play a first class match there, which actually is a 4th venue now. You can play a first class match. When the stadium in Diego Martin is up after the refurbishment for the Commonwealth Games, you can actually play 4 first class matches in this country on the same day.
Yeah. Yeah, which speaks to the brilliant venues that we have at our disposal here in Trinidad. And UE is quite a brilliant ground. It's lovely outfield, and the pitch plays quite well as well.
What's your high score there, Kadir?
I didn't play much cricket there. I played represented Mary Boys in the UE T20. I didn't have much opportunities with the bat.
Your best bowling?
No, I was the wicketkeeper at that time in that tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kadir has left that one outside the off stump without still giving us his highest score. Here is Kari Pair. More pressure added now to Guri as there's a short, straightish mid-on in the form of Bravo. It gets off strike. So Guli and Manik, it's just batting time there at the moment, quietly and efficiently going about their business.
So South now lead by 2.
So Mary Boys will be in Premiership 2, would they, in this season?
Yeah. Yeah, Premiership 2.
That's
vying
in the
for
north.
promotion to get back into the top flight of the National League.
I want to wish Mary Boys all the best. I want to thank Sipkat Ullah Sheikh this morning of Stone Hill Sports. He will be outfitting the Mary Boys team. And Kadir, I think, has sent in his size already. 3XL.
Yeah, that's wonderful news for Mary Boys Sports Club, and you know, credit to those guys who actually put, you know, that advertisement and stuff out there. It's a difficult time, as you know, the passing of our former president, Mr. Patrick Grandprasad. It's been a very difficult time for Mary Boys, and Sebastian Edwards came on board.
Edwards is he's really doing his best. He's the manager of the Red Force, by the way.
Yeah, he's the current Red Force manager. He's also holding that director position at Mary Boys, and he's done well. You know, he has to contain with Red Force. He has to do that, and still, you know, he's giving Mary Boys a whole lot of time as well, and doing very, very well. You know, must commend him for the job that he's done there.
Yes, definitely so. Mario Belco is also one of those who has been working very hard. He's a coach, a captain as well. You know, Budesh Duki has been advising him. Tamil.
Yeah.
Leader be on the own side. I want to say congratulations to Budesh Tamil Duki, who has been appointed National Under-19 coach. And Tamil will be taking the team to St. Vincent for the regional tournament. And I don't think he can do worse than what happened last year. Trinidad and Tobago came last.
Yeah, that was very disappointing, I must say. Trinidad and Tobago, because they were quite a good team when you look at those guys. But I'm sure now, with extended preparations and to participate in the Premier 2 division, which they did last year.
They did last year as well, yeah. But I think reports reaching the Ttcb is that there were some issues in St. Vincent. I think all was not well, and the team could not realize their potential, their full potential. And let's hope that this time around that they can do a lot better. Ttcb acting decisively and changing up the management structure. So let's see what will happen. Say good morning to Kerwin John, the president of the TCA. He was the manager on that tour. In the similar mold to Terence Hines.
Yeah, Webster with the first ball in this innings. Bowled quite well in the first innings. Was very smart in his operations, wicket to wicket, not giving away much.
Just to back up a bit about good old Patrick Rampersad, he was a second vice president of Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board at the time of his passing. And I knew about the operations of Mary Boys Cricket Club because I was very close to Patrick Rampersad. Of course, my entire family was very close. He was actually my son's godfather. So we used to be, there's a loud appeal. Probably struck outside the line of the off stump. Let's have a look at that again. Bravo is keeping the umpire company. Let's look. Well, that to me looked very, very good indeed. That, I'm sure, was plumb. Let's have a look again. Manik committing early, going across. You can see on the point of impact, you can see middle and leg. which tells me that I'm afraid was out. I can call that without the benefit of the tracker.
Manik again lives to fight another day. Another close appeal, close call.
If Manik's mom is looking for the garlic to cook today, it's in his pocket. Good line here by Webster.
Yeah, Manik might have garlic in his both pockets.
Tell you, that was as dead as a doorknob. Yeah, Patrick Rampersad. So I said I used to be around the Mary Boys setup with him, and at his home, Patrick Rampersad had a fridge dedicated to Mary Boys players. Because there was a fridge as you entered, and his wife Cassandra would always say, that fridge is for Mary Boys players. Those guys will just enter and enjoy themselves. He really cared about the club, Patrick Rampersad. Patrick actually, as you would know, he played for Mary Boys back in the day.
Yeah.
And his passing has left a tremendous void in the West.
Yeah, and his family, strange enough, after all he's done for Mary Boys, and the extreme joy that it brought to him, being around Mary Boys, and the camaraderie he had with the players and stuff. After his passing, his family, I don't think they're involved at all with the Mary Boys Sports Club.
No, they're not. And I think because it has boiled down to a situation where they were not involved even when he was alive, really. His son, Darren Rampersad, didn't really take to cricket.
Yeah.
I think, just followed his father in father's footstep in the business. And obviously, having just one son, his daughter, who is now running the business together with Darren, I don't think they were cricket fans as such.
Yeah.
I was happy though to see that North Zone in the North Zone T20 last year honored him for what he would have done in the zone, and his wife and daughter was there as well.
Yeah, that was a good gesture from the North Zone. After sponsorship break, South 70 for 5 in the 28th over, leading by 5, so it's 5 for 5 South. So definitely we're gonna see North bat again. It's Jed Gooley 6 from 21, and Justin Manik 11 from 60. Young man who's shown to occupy the crease quite well. Exactly what is required at this stage from South. Definitely be thinking about just getting to that first drinks break of this third morning.
Well, I think the luck has been with South this morning. Would you say so?
Yeah, definitely. From the way things have gone, quite a few close calls. Manik in particular surviving a few of them.
Well, you can't blame Manik for that. It's the umpire's call. All he can do is continue to bat and look to just defy North as long as possible. So a lot of guys liming with him at the moment. 2 slips. And pretty soon I think our producer Mikey Rupa will show us that leg before that should have been given, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you're thinking about it. Let's have a look. Well, after the over, we'll get it. So a number of guys liming with him. It's like these guys are wrong bones. Road in St. James having a lime. Loud appeal, not out, says the umpire. So, it's 2 slips, city mid off, 4 short leg, holding attendance. Darren Bravo is at a very short, straightish mid on.
Yeah, this is a very testing period for the young man. But I want to give him some credit. He's done good. He's done well. To actually be decisive and keep it down. With all those catches around.
Yeah, he's fighting, and it shows great temperament by the young man. Let's have a look. Forward again, nicely. End of the over. Let's have a look at that leg before appeal. And here it is. You can see. And having a long stride, not across but down. And unless he got an edge to that, that was as dead as a doorknob, as I said before.
Yeah, pretty adjacent from the looks of it there.
Good work by Mikey there. The umpire would not be having lunch with Mikey today. 71 for 5. Lovely morning here at the National Cricket Centre in Hoover.
We have Mr. Zaid Mohammed hanging around close by, taking in all of the lovely action in this North-South Classic.
Top PR practitioner is Zaid Mohammed. He's a consultant, I'm told. You can always be rest assured that whatever is happening at the Trinidad Cricket Board, he sends the information very rapidly to you. I want to give him a word of advice, though, Kadir. I think he needs to change that phone of his. the picture quality needs to improve. Zaid has been around Trinidad Tobago cricket for quite a while, and if a man has been the PR person for Trinidad Cricket Board for a decade, he has to be doing a good job.
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Zaid Mohammed. Just be careful the glasses don't slide down your nose there, Zaid.
Someone tells me he looks like Dr. Williams in his posture. 72 for 5.
Webster continuing the good work that was started this morning by Terrence Hines.
Very similar. Very, very similar indeed. Webster, another very good all-rounder, produced by Queen's Park Cricket Club. I say good morning to all the Oval boys. Queen's Park Cricket Club has produced the most Test cricketers by any club in the Caribbean.
A rich amount of talents coming across from Queen's Park.
Speaking about Merry Boys, so there goes the president of the Trinidad Cricket Board has arrived. Well, he's arriving soon. He's there in his Cessna coming in on hopes that he doesn't land on the pitch. Webster. Even the bad deliveries. You see, Manik has gotten himself into something of a hole.
Yeah.
But he's doing his job. He was sent in as a night watchman, although he's not really a night watchman, he's a proper batsman. But even those deliveries like that one, which was short and wide. Good surprise ball though by Webster. He was not able to put it away, as he has gotten himself into this defensive frame of mind.
Yeah, and that's the toss-up. As a batsman, you want to survive. It's what's required to bat long, but you still want to keep the scoreboard ticking as much as possible.
Pushed away nicely. He's getting runs here. He should get all 4 of them, and he does. So 4 runs there to The young man Manik coming forward and then back and guiding it nicely. Let's have a look.
Yeah, well watched. Right under his eyes, point of contact. Getting it away from Mohan. And picking up a lovely throw. He goes on to 15 now from 66 deliveries. South 76 for 5. Ever so slightly building that lead. Goes up to 11 now.
You know, that's a very good point you made just now. Observation, I may say. The point of contact was right under his eyes. You know, that is the key to good batting. And there is your good friend Tamil sent me something that he created. You know, Tamil sent me a TikTok. You know, he's into these things these days, and hopefully, pretty soon we'll get our producer to show us that. And that is one of the things that you can do. One of the exercise, one of the practice that you can do that would ensure that you play the ball just under your eyes. So you'll see that pretty soon. Getting a weather report here from Mike Rupwa. It's 30 degrees Celsius at the National Cricket Centre. You know he's good friends with Jonathan Mora. So he's probably getting some advice from good old Mora. I say good morning to Jonathan Mora from Mora's News Network, Weather Network, up in the hills of Paramin, I think he lives. And I was told that he's enjoying a beverage this morning under the oak tree. 77 for 5, so it's pretty pleasant. 30 degrees Celsius is pretty pleasant. Kadir, you're accustomed to weather like that, nestled in the valley of Diego Martin.
Yeah. It's always nice when you have good weather. And
It's gone! This time, Manik's vigil ends as Carrie Pair is able to prize him out. 4 wickets for Pair, 4 for 29. And look at Terence Hines. What a character Terence Hines is. And he walked in front of poor Manik.
Yeah, just giving young Manik a send-off. But Pierre, this time, gets the decision.
Yeah, that one coming in with the arm. And he is on his way. And pretty soon you will see the send-off. Well, we'll have to get Mikey to give us that again. You'll see the send-off by Mr. Terence Hines. Oh my God. Terence Hines, what a character he is. Great guy, Terence Hines. And these guys are all friends. He's sending Manik off, but you must tip your cap to the young man Manik. You know, he faced 68 deliveries, and had he not batted in that manner, who knows, this innings might have been over already.
Yeah. It was a very good innings in the context of the game by young Manik. And that might be the drinks break here at the National Cricket Centre.
It's a good time to take a break. We'll be right back.
Justin Manick, the second one to go down this morning. Manick went LBW to pair for well played 15, and the score 77 for 6 brings to the crease the South captain Imran Khan, a bit belatedly, if you know, in at 8.
Yeah, well, Imran is a good batsman, and you look at the first innings, he was looking to have wrong. I think that's the first thing you have to do, but it's very difficult. You might look at the situation and see South 77 for 6, but when you look out there, Jid Guli and Imran Khan is still batting. So you can't really discount them at this point in time. If they can get up here, I mean, if these two can really put their heads down and give North 140, 150, we could still have a match in our hands.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, as compared to how the pitch played on the first day, I must say yesterday and today, it has some spin, but it's not ripping as much as we saw on the first day. So it might just be, you know, good for batting at this stage. You know, once you put your head down and you apply yourself, you might be in for some runs. So we do hope that Jid Guli and Imran Khan can in fact put together a partnership here for South and really make a fist of this game. Well, Webster again, his third over.
Well, walking down the crease there, Imran, just to put him off a bit. Webster having a word to Imran Shaki Khan. Will be one of the contenders to be named captain of the Red Force team in the regional tournament.
Imran, a man with invaluable experience. All of 437 first-class wickets. 100 plus games as well.
There's Webster. Edging, tick outside edge, down to third man. And that, I'm afraid, will run away for 4.
Yeah, fortuitous from Imran Khan in the gap, picking up 4. So, Khan trying to be a bit positive here this morning.
Well, I think on a track like this, any ball can have your number. So you want to look at scoring opportunities as much as you could.
So 82 for 6 after 30.2 overs.
Again, driving nicely through the offside for 4. Given width there, Imran Khan. And he's looking good. Let's have a look at it again here, Kadir.
Yeah, this one a pleasant looking shot. Didn't get up as high as Khan probably would have expected it, but got a good piece of bat on it. And the good thing for him, it was in the gap. That prompts a field change as now sweeper is being employed. Uthman Mohammed going back to the extra cover boundary.
So Darren Bravo just protecting the runs on the offside. That gap wants to continue with Webster bowling on one side of the wicket, and he goes on the onside just over Raja's leap, and it's going to pull up short of the boundary, will it? Yes, it does. So they go back for 3, and South captain Imran Khan is taking matters into his own hands.
This is counteracting stuff here from Imran. 12 from 8 deliveries. He's gone past Guli, who's just on 9 and
Yes.
89 for 6. The South is not down and out as yet. Still some fight left.
But North will think, though, that if they can break this partnership, that is it. They would know that if they can break this partnership, they can make serious inroads and wrap the innings up. So these two have a huge job on their hands. Webster round the wicket. Better delivery.
Yeah, a whole lot would depend on this partnership to really take South something of in the vicinity of 120, maybe 130, 140, anywhere there. Might be very competitive on the surface with North batting last on this surface. And Cooley has to go. Smart catch from Carrier Webster, picking up the important wicket of Jid Cooley.
Well, let's have a look again. Delivery wide, and one would have thought that he could have dispatched that. It struck the bottom of the bat. It was there for the shot, though. You can't fault the batsman for going after that one. It was over pitched, it was wide, and he just got the bottom of the bat into the hands of very safe hands of Yannick Carrier. 89 for 7.
And just as Imran was looking to be positive, the goalie has to go now. And the last recognized batsman for South, Brian Charles, in at 9. But they said that it was there for the shot. Indeed, it was there, but in the context of the game, you might feel that Jid Cooley could have probably left that one to go by.
Well, I could understand the point you were making, but what I'm saying as well, I think that with Imran coming out and being positive, he only wanted to play in the same mold. It was a bad delivery, really. It was not the best of deliveries. It was wide and full. And, unfortunately for him, it struck the bottom of the bat. I thought he was late in pushing out at it. And got the bottom of the bat and into the hands of first slip. Do you think, though, Kadir, that Sharky's positivity might have led to Cooley's dismissal?
Yeah, I think so. Sharky was getting in on the act, and Cooley felt that he had to get some bat on that one. And he was doing well up until that point. His concentration just let him down a bit there. And that's the thing with batsmen, Vinod. You can't concentrate for so long as a batsman. As in this case, Cooley was there for 26 deliveries before he got out. But he was concentrating for 26 balls, and then just one lapse of concentration. It wasn't a good delivery by any means from Webster. And that led to his downfall.
Well, and that is an excellent point indeed, because that is what batting is all about. A batsman bowled him, coming on with the arm, and the carry pair gets his 5th. Imran pushing out lazily on that occasion, and he has been castled.
So Imran Khan demise here, just going straight through, really straight through Imran Khan's defense.
I think Imran is now rehearsing what he should have played in terms of a proper shot. He played around the front pad on that. He was looking to play through the onside. It came on, it was a bit quicker. It came on with the arm, and the carry pair take a ball.
Yeah, 5 for 30 for Carey. Represents very good returns for the hard-working left-arm spinner. And what an excellent game he's had, Carey Pierre. 3 in the first innings, and now 5 here, and really bowling North to a likely victory in the North-South Classic. Shannon Gabriel in at 10 for South.
It's going to be Shannon Gabriel is going to go out there now. Well, look at this. Shannon Gabriel has actually gotten a promotion in the batting order. What does that tell you about number 11 coming in? Good old Gaby. Karaya is having some fun with him. Shannon Gabriel, very happy with his game these days, is bowling. He didn't get a wicket in this game, of course, with 6 wickets falling to Brian Charles and 4 to Imran Khan. So that cleaned up North. But he has been impressive over the last couple of months. He's been fitter. He's been bowling quick. Also one of the stars of the US Open.
Yeah. Really bowled quick. Even
But
in the Super 50, he had some quick spells.
But Sharon Lewis is coming in at number 11. Don't think you would want to give him a contract to bat for your life. If Gabriel is coming before him, let's see. Probably.
Maybe seniority taking over there.
I think so. I think so. I definitely think so. Good point.
Gabriel is saying, I have 50 odd test games to my name. You stay there, you bat at number 11.
Forward easily. And Gabriel will tell Imran Khan, what was all this fuss about? Did that delivery dismiss you? Look at how I played. Putting more pressure on him there now is Darren Bravo. 2 slips, forward short leg, CD mid off. Bravo himself is going at leg slip. More of a leg gully. I like Darren Bravo as a captain though, I tell you. Gaby's forward. Showing him the bat. See, I've noticed that Shannon Gabriel has no bat sponsor. He has a clean bat. His bat is as clean as yours, Kadir. Oh, beaten. But you know, the approach is good. The approach here by Gabriel is good. Look at the situation, and he's still not, giving away his hand. And that is what you want to see in West Indies cricket. You want to see guys put value to their wicket.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What is required at the highest level.
Gaby doing a little gardening. Doesn't really get much opportunities to do gardening with the bat. Forward. So Gabriel sees him off. Excellent bowling by Kari Pair. He has 5 for 30. And at the end of the over, 89 for 8.
So Gabriel survives that over, having survived 5 deliveries. So welcome back, live action here. Webster continuing, having picked up the big wicket of Jit Gooley in his previous over. 1 for 17 so far. And this one is in the gap. And Gabriel is going to pick up a boundary here. Good delivery from Webster. Back of a length. Getting a bit big on Gabriel. And luckily for Shannon Gabriel, he was able to get it in the gap. Picking up 4 valuable runs. Lead going on now to 94 for 8.
So it's 94 for 8. Webster. And Gabriel clips it into the hands of Bravo. That's the end of that. 94 for 9. Webster gets 2.
Soft dismissal from Shannon Gabriel after looking so good in defending those balls from Pierre. Just spoon this one up in the air. Nothing shot really from number 10, Shannon Gabriel, and he has to go.
Yeah, that's one. Gabriel was in 2 minds. And Michael Bravo takes the catch. So we're back here at the National Cricket Centre and just 1 wicket to go here, Kadir.
Yeah, last man in for South, Sharon Lewis, joins Brian Charles. And it's been a morning in which South have lost 5 wickets in the space of just over an hour. It's a bit disappointing, with the likes of Imran Khan and Chit Cooley, Jason Mohammed all out this morning. If you're a South viewer or a South supporter, you'll not be happy at all with these proceedings.
Pushed away there by Sean Lewis.
So Sharon Lewis, another one of those young upcoming seamers who we might see get an opportunity in the Red Force squad with some injuries to Anderson Phillip and Jaden Seals. Just might open up an opportunity. Appeal goes up
And it's gone.
That's the end. South all out for 94. Lewis the last man to go. LBW to Tion Webster, who finishes with figures of 3 for 22. Hit on the back leg. And
Yeah, that was a good decision there by the umpire. 3 wickets for Webster, so he ends it quickly. And at the end of South's innings, they're 94 all out. Remember, a deficit of 65, which means that North will be chasing 30 to win. Take a short break, and we'll be right back.
difficult, but we want to see the fight. We want to see, some resilience from.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, well watched. Right under his eyes, point of contact, getting it away from him by young Manik. And
playing the same mold. It was a bad delivery, really. It was not the best of deliveries. It was wide and full.
Demise, yeah, just going straight through. Good delivery from Webster, back of a length.
Yeah, that's one. Gabriel was in two minds. And
hit on the back leg. And
yeah, that was good. A good
So welcome back to the third day of the Soca Kings Ttcb North South Classic. South have just been bowled out for 94, which gives them a lead of 29. So in fact that would mean that North would need 30 for victory here in this game, and I'm joined alongside by Keshav. Good morning, Keshav, and how are you?
Good morning. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for the opportunity, and good morning to all our viewers and listeners as well. Definitely an interesting game thus far. I must say that North has taken dominance over South, and being from South myself, it certainly hit home. So I thought it was only fair to come and show some support to my Southerners at this time.
Yeah, definitely. This morning, South coming out at a precarious position at 53 for 4. Certainly would have thought with the likes of Jason Mohammed and Imran Khan, Jid Ghuli to come, maybe I thought South may have put up a fight.
Better fight,
yeah.
Yes, indeed. I mean, even with the innings that Jed Goody played in the first innings, it seemed as if he came in at a good point in time today with the whole day to bat and maximize the overs. But I think North has clearly shown their prowess in terms of the bowlers that were used. Carey Pear with an excellent spell, and also Tian Webster, who we usually know as an opening batsman. And I mean, growing up playing cricket alongside Tian, he always had medium pace in his arsenal. So it's good to see that he's using it and maintaining it.
Yeah, and that represents very good bowling from South, even in the North. Sorry, even in the first innings, Pear and Karaya with the main destroyers. Pear picking up 3 and then backing up a good performance with 5 in the second innings. Really bowling North to what you think would be a likely victory.
Of course.
This afternoon, but it's gonna be the usual opening pair. It's Vikash Mohan, he opened in the first innings, and Jeremy Solorzano, he's come out to open in the second innings. As we've seen in the first innings, it was Vikash Mohan and
I believe it was Raja, or no? Because Solorzano came in.
It was Vikash Mohan, and I think it was.
Can't recall at this time, but I do know that Vikash played certainly a great innings, and he has been performing recently. Here we have Charles coming up.
It was Vikash Mohan and Keegan Simmons.
Keegan Simmons, yes. That's
Yeah.
the other left-hander.
So it's Brian Charles from the southern end, and Brian Charles would have picked up 6 wickets in the North first innings. Charles with some good figures, but no real score to bowl at. It's under pressure for.
Yes, definitely going to be tough for them to defend this miserly total of 30. But I think Charles is certainly a bowler who has shown his excellence over the years. He has certainly come into his game as an off-spinner. Definitely capable with the batter as well. Unfortunately, didn't come off with some runs in the first 2 innings for South. But hopefully he can contain and try to get some early wickets here.
Yeah, definitely Brian Charles. What you would think that Brian Charles would certainly be one of the frontline off spinners in the Red Force squad as they vying for places in the professional regional first class for the season, which is upon us. It's about to start in a couple weeks' time.
Yep. I think with what we've seen thus far with Charles and Carey Pear, as well as Yannick Correa, definitely have some great spinners who can provide some sort of support to the fast bowlers, because we know there have been injuries to Jaden Seals, to Anderson Phillips. So hopefully with those spinners, we should be able to maintain our dominance in the 4-day game.
Yeah, definitely. So,
It's a lovely
spin
ball.
and bounce from Charles to end the first over. At the end of it, North in search of 30 for victory. None without loss after the first over.
Yes.
Cash Mohan and Jeremy Solozano.
Well watched by Solozano in that first over. Obviously, there's no rush for them to get to that target, but certainly a good opportunity to get your eye in, take a knock on the surface, and I'm sure North will come to that soon.
Yeah, coming very close to the lunchtime break. Yeah, lunch interval on the third day. And definitely, as you mentioned, there's no rush to get those 30. So I'm sure these guys would go about it quite smart and try to preserve their wickets. Both batsmen would certainly want to come not out at the end of it.
Yeah, I think that'll do wonders for their average and also for their confidence going into the selection and the 4-day tournament. Sharon Lewis, certainly a strapping, very well built fast bowler. I always love to see left-hand pacers. You know, they add that extra element to the game, the movement, the natural movement with the swing as well as off the pitch. I would love to see him get an opportunity and certainly get some wickets if he can. You know, if he can make some early breakthroughs here, it would do wonders for his confidence, and as well as might get him a selection to open the bowling for the Red Force.
Yeah, I think in fact he stands a very good chance of getting selected in the Red Force squad with the number of injuries to the fast bowlers, the frontline fast bowlers, Anderson Phillip and Jaden Seal. So an opportunity for young Sharon Lewis, who we know works very hard at his game. You know, he puts in those hard yards when no one sees.
Of course.
You know, so definitely it's a good opportunity for him to further take his career forward.
Definitely, and under the guidance of Shannon Gabriel, one of the most senior fast bowlers we have in the region, I'm sure he'll impart his knowledge to young Lewis, and he'll definitely be growing in stature.
So the first runs here for North, and Vikash Mohan is off and running. Had a very good knock, patient knock in the first innings. I think he got 45. Fell 5 short of a half century, but more than that was his occupation of the crease. Was very, very selective and very good in his defense. And when the opportunities presented itself for him to score where he felt it was comfortable to score, he did so. And you know, it's something that we want to see more from our top order batsmen. The need to occupy the crease and to bat long. You know, it's something that has eluded us as a Caribbean people.
Definitely agree, definitely. And I think the maturity that Vika showed in that innings was that, I mean, we all know all these batsmen in modern day cricket play the widest array of shots, you know, all the attacking shots, all the modern inventions, but he showed the stature of what is required of a traditional 4-day cricketer or test cricketer in terms of watching the ball onto the bat, leaving alone the balls that you don't need to play, playing the bad balls, putting them away, getting the runs, and he accumulated an innings that I think was excellent. Unfortunately, he didn't reach to the milestone, you know, just fell short, but I think the maturity shown there was certainly to take note of.
Yeah, definitely from Vikash Mohan, and certainly, you know, too, Jeremy Solozano is one that we know in his opportunities that he's gotten thus far. He's one to bat long and occupy the crease as well. So certainly these two have that in common.
Yes, I think it's a good right-left combo as well. I mean, Solozano, it seems like he's been around for so long and yet he's still young, you know. So, I mean, he has shown since he started batting that he has the patience for test cricket as well as the skill set. So I hope, it's unfortunate that he had that injury during the West Indies when he finally got his opportunity. Oh, that's a close one there. Almost played onto the stumps.
Yeah, that was just coming back slightly to Solozano and just taking in a portion of the bat. Luckily for him, it didn't go back onto the stumps.
Just getting some encouraging words from Vikash there. Both batsmen would be around the same age and having played youth cricket together. Vikash being from Hillview College as well as Solozano. I recall playing youth cricket against both of them when Hillview was the dominant school during that time, you know, and there were different periods where there was pressure going as dominance with the Otley brothers, with Bharat, and then Hillview dominance with Raja, Simmons, all these other guys.
Yeah. And I like, and this is a good shot, push pass, mid-on, Khan is giving chase, and it's just going to hold up just inside, and they're going to come back for 3. So Solozano is off and running, he gets 3, and after a very good start from Lewis, just a pitched up delivery, maybe looking for that magic ball.
That Yorker delivery, trying to uproot the stumps. I mean, it's as they say in cricket all the time, you bowl 5 good balls, and then one ball you try something different. It could either work for you to get the wicket, or it could work against you and you concede runs. You know, I think it's all about thinking in the game and trying to outsmart the batsman, using the game itself, trying to figure out their strengths, their weaknesses, and bowling to suit. And there's no difficulty sometimes in, you know, trying a slower ball, even in the shorter format of the game, and giving opportunity for the batsman to think as well as how the bowler is going to come. So when you put doubt in their minds, it's much more difficult for them to relax and play their game.
Yeah, and this surface too, you know, it's not been the best surface. It's been too pace. It's been up and down. We've seen, you know, balls spinning past bats, and that's, you know, a good sign for bowlers. But when it comes to batsmen, this is lovely, a pleasant looking shot through the extra cover region and picking up 4. Very good extension of the arms from Jeremy Solozano. Brian Charles pitched up delivery, and Solozano was equal to the task, putting it away for 4.
Yes, a little too much flight there from Brian Charles, and good use of the feet by Solozano, playing an excellent drive for 4. Lovely timing. I mean, one thing you notice with Solozano, he never seems to hit the ball too hard. There's always the right amount of timing, the proper stroke play, his technique is on point, you know. Solid batsman.
A very good, competent, young batsman is Jeremy Solozano, and we really hope that he can, you know, go very far in his career. This one again is taking the outside edge. It's going to hold up well inside of the third man boundary and coming back for 2 more. So North beginning to chase down this 30 there, 10 without loss halfway through the 3rd over.
Yes, better delivery from Charles there, pulling back the length a little bit. Unfortunately, with this total to defend, there's only so much you can do. You know, can probably have an extra slip in, but that would lead to more gaps in the outfield. So at this point, it's really to try to see if they can get an early breakthrough here.
Well watched again by Solozano. So not much to work with, just 30 South are defending, and but the game was really set up by the North bowlers. You know, even on the first day, they lost the toss, South winning the toss and choosing to bat. So North were up against it. The toss didn't go their way, but the manner in which the bowlers came out, Terence Hines and Uthman Mohammed with the new ball, it was on spot, and then the pressure that they built up eventually brought wickets for the likes of Yannick Carrier and Kari Pierre, and it was a total team effort. You know, I spoke to Kari Pierre yesterday, and he really he lamented how much it was set up by the upfront bowling, the good bowling upfront by the new ball pair. And you know, it's good. In the second innings, they were able to get all 20 wickets, all South 20 wickets in both innings, you know, which really speaks well to the bowling group and the effort that they put in.
Definitely. I think the way North went about their strategy was excellent, because even though the Pacers may not have gotten all of the wickets in the early stages of the innings, they put pressure on the batsman. They had them thinking, and then when the spinners came on, they were consistent in their line and length. I love the fact that they flighted the ball more often than not, because usually in modern day cricket you see spinners pushing through the ball a little too often, you know, a bit too flat. Not enough time for the ball to turn, for the batsman to get drowned in honey, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought the spinners did an excellent job with their consistency.
So Lewis again, and this one is just clipped through the mid-wicket area.
Well
Huge
played by
gap
Mohan.
there. And this one again is going to hold up just inside. Able to come through again for 3 runs.
I'm straying a bit on the pads there, Lewis. I think, you know, he should try to aim for outside the off stump of the right-hander and see if he can use the new ball to get some swing or some early movement to try and beat the bat and see if he can get an edge. But good play by Mohan thus far, certainly watchful, and I mean, he would have his eyes in from the first innings, you know. I'm sure he would be continuing in that steed.
There we see the big, quick Shannon Gabriel just making his way across to fine leg to the left-handed Solozano now, who's about to take strikes, 9 from 16. And you know, I don't want to use the word envy when it comes to left-arm pacers. Envy is not the right word, but anyone who bowls left arm and runs in is gonna get swing.
Natural.
Yeah,
That was a lovely shot.
and this one is definitely gonna get to the boundary with an offer, and Solozano cashing in, picking up 4. So in a hurry here, North now, 17 already, just 13 more required for victory. And Lewis, ill-advised, lengths and lines there, put away by Solozano.
Yes, excellent shot there. Again, a bit too short and wide. Similarly straight on the pads for the right-handed batsman. I think probably just needs to, you know, focus on trying to get the ball in the right areas. Defending the total at this point seems to be a bit out of the question, but at least try to get his line and length and his rhythm going.
Yeah, and Keshav, you know, left-arm pacers, they always get that movement.
I totally agree with you when you use the word, not to say envy, but it's applied at all right-handers.
And this one is a lovely on-drive again. This, you know, on-drive is so difficult. It's one of the hardest shots to play. It looks so good when it comes off, but you know, when you play on-drive, you have to be upright. You have to be looking at the ball, and the thing is, you're not going to fall over if you're to execute it properly.
Exactly, and his technique was spot on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most pleasant shots to see executed well, because as you said, it is one of the more difficult shots to play in cricket. And even growing up as a youngster, you always want to play the cover drive, you want to play the straight drive, but the on drive sometimes gives challenges. So lovely shot from Solozano there, definitely taking it to the bowlers and taking advantage of the width as well as full length on offer from Lewis.
So just 9 more for victory. Yeah, Lewis trying his hardest. You know, it's difficult defending 30, nothing to work with, you know, in terms of a target score. So it's really up against it. But as you mentioned, you know, just to put those repetitions together in terms of stringing good balls and landing in a good area. You know, you're looking forward now to the regional tournament. You know, and just to get into some bowling form, hit your lines, hit your lengths, you know, and search for those areas where you want to be in more often than not.
Definitely, and I mean, it's something that we have to work on more as with our youth cricketers and our even senior cricketers to get that consistency and to maintain it on a regular basis. Well played again from Solozano. Solid in defense, and that's one of the things I always admired about him in terms of he knows when to play what shot. And he doesn't seem to go overly aggressive, but can score quickly. As we see in this over here, he already has 17 from, I believe, 20 deliveries. And he's certainly taking the attack to the south bowlers, you know.
Yeah, that's the balance as a batsman. You need to find balance between attack and defense. You know, when to actually play an attacking shot, and what sort of areas. You know, you as a batsman have certain areas where you feel the ball is in that area, you can play a shot, or as well as if it's in a certain area you don't want to play, it might be comfortable to say. And this one again,
played off the pads here, lovely shot, just holding up before the boundary, can chases, and they also come back for 3. It seems like it's excellent running by the batsman. They're showing the urgency despite a small total. They're certainly trying to finish it a bit quicker than usual here.
Yeah, so at the end of 4 overs, North 24 without loss. Just 1 hit away now from victory. Lewis 2 overs costing him 18. His bowling figures represent something of a T20 game, 2 overs for 18 in red ball cricket.
Yes, excellent stroke play thus far from Solozano. Mohan, only 3 balls he faced, but still 4 from 3. Good strike rate, and I believe that these guys might bring the game home smoothly without loss of any wickets once they continue to play responsibly. Let's see if Charles can pull it back here and get an early breakthrough for South.
Charles on the money.
Lovely shot again here from Solozano. Pulled away from 4. Too short from Charles. Giving the batsman enough time to just lean back and pull that to the boundary on the leg side.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that short. I just think it was a good adjustment
Excellent
by
shot.
Solozano to get on the back foot, picking up the length very quickly there.
Of course, I think because the ball is a bit newer as well, you know, he knows that the ball come onto the bat a bit quicker. Because, for example, if that ball was a bit older and pitched in the same area, might have kept a bit low,
Yeah.
could have led to an awkward situation for the batsman. But Solozano with the confidence there and judging the ball to the proper length and height, executing his shot perfectly after. And just 2 runs needed for North now to clinch the victory. Ooh, lovely ball there. Good turn and bounce. I think that's the area he should focus in more often, because he bowled a couple of those deliveries since the innings began and they were all unplayable. So a little wry smile from Brian there.
Yeah, and this is certainly going to be victory here for North, as this one goes into the boundary and Solozano finishes off this game with a boundary. He finishes 28 not out, and Keshav victory for North in this historic North-South Classic, and bragging rights goes the way of the North team.
Yes,
And
excellent shot there by Solozano. Again, great use of the feet and executing that on drive we just spoke about to win the game in an exemplary manner, setting the tone. And I mean, North winning by 10 wickets here is certainly a very confident victory. And I mean, again, being from South, it does pain a little bit, but at the same point in time, cricket wins overall, you know.
Yeah.
Great game by both teams, lots of friends and comrades on either side of the fence, and I think everyone gave their all, they did their best in the circumstances, and certainly some improvement could be made all around, but that's the aim of the game, and that's what we try to continuously do.
Yeah, and that's a good point you made. You know, the graphic says that North won by 10 wickets, but I think cricket won because all these players from both teams are going to be eventually teammates when it comes to the Red Force setup. You know, but in this case, North winning this game by 10 wickets, and as I've said earlier, it was set up by the good bowling of the North bowlers in particular, picking up 20 wickets and then convincing victory, winning by 10 wickets in the end.
Yes, indeed. I think North certainly showed their strategy, their plan. Everything was executed to perfection because the pace bowlers set it up. The spinners came in, got the wickets. Batsmen also, even though there was a bit of a fumble during the innings, they still managed to secure a lead. And I think that was integral to their strategy because they were able to set a small target for themselves to win once they bowled out South thereafter.
Yeah, so just to recap how the game went. So South won the toss on the first morning of this game and decided to bat first. And in their turn at the crease, they were all out for 142. Jed Goli, the top scorer, with 53. and Jason Mohammed got 27, but that's all we had to write home about. Carrie Pierre picking up 3 wickets. Yannick Carrier had 4 for 28 as well. And in the North turn at the crease, they were able to get to 207 all out. Vikash Mohan had 45, Yannick Carrier had 28, Raja 23, Django 29. Contributions all the way through. Keegan Simmons with a well-played 34 right on top of the order as well. For the bowling for South, Brian Charles had figures of 6 for 53, and Imran Khan had 4 as well. And that meant that North had a lead of 65 heading into South's second innings. And in the South second innings, they were all out for 94. Again, 5 wickets for Carrie Pierre. Cephas Cooper had 23. A fighting 15 from Justin Manick. And nothing much from the rest of the batting.
T.N. Webster also coming in with 3 wickets
Difficult,
there
but we want to see the fight. We want to see, some
so
resilience. Highlights from this morning's play.
Let's have a look.
That was Jason Mohammed, and this was
right under
Justin
his eyes,
Manick.
point of
This
contact.
one went away to the boundary.
Away
Manick,
from him.
surviving
young Manick.
yesterday and coming out this morning, and then had some
Playing
close
the same
appeals,
ball.
and
It was
then
a
this
bad
one he
delivery,
went
really. It was not
LBW
the
to
best
Pierre,
of deliveries.
and then
It was wide
Jiguli,
and full.
the big wicket, well caught by Yannick Carrier at slip,
Demise.
and then Imran Khan
Yeah,
after
just
a
going straight through.
bright and breezy 12. He had his middle stump rocked back
Good
by
delivery
Pierre,
from Webster.
and then
Back of a leg.
writing was on the wall at this stage.
Yeah,
Gabriel
that
out,
one, the
caught
Gabriel was in 2
Darren
minds.
Bravo, bowled on
And,
Webster, and Webster finishing off things,
Hit on
trapping
the back
Lewis in front
leg.
for no score.
And
Yeah,
That
was
meant
good.
that
when you
play
around,
South North needed just 30 for victory. And
the thing is, you're not
Vikash Mohan and Jeremy
Just lean
Solozano
back
went about it quite
Pull
smart
that to the
in the
boundary
end,
on
getting
leg side.
to the victory target without loss, and in the end
A little too
winning
much flying
by
left from Brian
10
Charles, and good use of the feet
wickets.
by Solozano playing
So
again.
that's the summary of this game so far, the North-South Classic. And Kishav, just some closing words from you as to how the game went.
Well, I've been following the game since the first day on Thursday via the Cricket 360 platform, and I must say excellent job by you guys. It was certainly a great production. The fact that we can watch, view and feel as if we are in the game in Trinidad and Tobago now is such an improvement, because we have to monitor the progress of our young cricketers, our senior cricketers, and be actively involved in the sport in order to reach where we want to go. So in terms of this game specifically, I think, as said earlier, North had their game plan set out. There were certainly some periods in the game within which South could have took back the reins, because I recall, believe there was a period when Darren Bravo was out for duck and a couple of wickets fell quickly. South could have easily, took the reins there and just went forward in a more positive manner. But
Yeah.
it seemed as if each of the North batsmen came in for a purpose. As you said, they all had contributions. May not have been 50s across the board, but they did what was required in order to establish a lead, and that lead was essential because they were confident in their bowling capabilities. They knew that, all right, they got 10 wickets in the first innings, they know how to out these batsmen, they know how to outthink these batsmen. It was easy for them to plan in the second innings and to repeat that fact. So once they had a lead, even though it seemed miserly at the time, we know that the wicket has been playing a bit, uneven in terms of the bounce and the spin and so on. And it was essentially a bowler's game. So I think they did well. They came out on top. South did put up a fight. They obviously could have been putting in a bit more effort in terms of their drive and their determination to bat long and to stay there, because I thought today, starting the day at I believe 54, 58 for 5, with Jed Goody to come and with some senior men still in the 4, especially Imran Khan, who has been around for several years, I believe that they could have put their head down and bat at least until tea this evening, to be reasonable, because we know it's 5 wickets and we have some tail-enders who may not as be experienced. But in terms of how they applied themselves, I mean, it was excellent bowling on one end, and on the next end, a bit of lack of discipline from the batsmen in South's regard. So all in all, excellent game by both teams. Great show of cricket, and cricket prevails. Good batting, good bowling, good feeling, and all round, I think we have a great selection pool within which to choose our 4-day team and to compete against those other sides.
Yeah, so there you have it, folks. So we invite you to stick around for the presentation, the post-match presentation that's about to take place very shortly So we invite you to stay tuned for that. Difficult, but we want to see the fight. We want to see, some resilience from
The best fieldsman, the best fieldsman, the persons who happen to make this judgment had a tough time. Let me ask Mr. Parasram Singh, our third vice president, to assist with this prize. And similarly, a trophy and $500 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tion Webster. Thank you very much, Paras. And let me ask Mr. Sishon Qureshi, who came in from Florida this morning just to make this presentation. He was so impressed with the game and looking at the game online. And this is for the Man of the Match Award, a cash prize of $1,000 plus a trophy. Right? Carrie Pierre. 3 for 43 and 5 for 29. Let me ask our second vice president, Mr. Kerwin John, who will give medals to all the players of the South team, starting with, for participating, we wanted to give them something so that they could remember the game. Cephas Cooper, Keon Utley, Navin Bidesi, Kyle Kisundat, Jason Mohammed, Jed Gully, Brian Charles, Justin Manick, Sharon Lewis, Shannon Gabriel, Rajiv Ramnath, Shiva Sankar, Ryan Bandu, Daniel Williams, Imran Khan, the physio or the strength and conditioning for South, Mr. Burnett. Debedin Manek, the coach. Rydell Ramsaran, the assistant coach. And the manager, Mr. Stephen Ramkisoon. Thank you very much, Cohen. Let me ask now Mr. Mark Qureshi, who needs no introduction, who will assist us with first with the medal, and then he will also hand out the winner's trophy. The medal for the North team, we want to start with Jeremy Solzano, Keegan Simmons, Isaiah Raja, Amir Django, Yannick Caraya, Tion Webster, Terence Hines, Uthman Mohammed, Kari Pierre, Mikhail Govaya, Anderson Mahes, Vikash Mohan, Sion Hackett, Coach Riyad Emret, Nisa Mohammed. The manager, Ismail Ali. And the number 1 strength and conditioning coach in the Caribbean, Mr. Clinton Jeremiah. And let me ask also Mr. Darren Bravo to come forward and receive his medal first, and then he will receive the winner's trophy. Yeah. Right. So we invite now Mr. Qureshi to present the trophy, the winner's trophy, to Mr. Darren Bravo, captain of the North team. Yeah, the check will follow. Here, get on me. Thank you very much. Lunch is now served, and thanks to the managers, the coaches, everybody who will have been involved in this tournament. Thank you. In this match, sorry.